northern side of the bridge, which means that there could possibly be a bridge camp. We see Cartel getting into a slight early engagement with NBK here, actually, with one member of NBK getting knocked down. This could mean maybe a squad wipe. I'm not quite sure. It does seem like on the map that they're fairly close to each other currently.
Yeah, we do seem to be now focused on Cartel. They are down to 2 players, so they're under a lot of pressure. One is being shut down as we speak, with no real loot, only his fist to his name, going into the house, looking to now find a little bit of gun so he can maybe protect himself a little bit more. I believe he picks up a UPM 90, so that's not a bad little gun to cause a little bit of damage on, but he's still gonna have to be careful as they are under pressure. He gets, I believe it's a ×3 scope on his gun, so that's not a bad start going into that first room. No,
for sure, it's not. We can see NBK actually hightailing it out of here with their one remaining member. It does seem trying to run away. He is in an extremely bad spot, not being near any remote place that they can loot. It just seems like these two teams dropped at the same location, and honestly, just a really unfortunate start overall.
Yeah, that sometimes can be the case where
make a pick or two.
If you were EMG, knowing that, spotting out some of the enemy team, believing it to be a team like Gangstars, what would you do? Would you go for the team fight, or would you play it safe?
I would definitely play it safe. I don't know what their preference is, but honestly, I would not look to get into an early engagement, especially with a team as strong as Gangstars.
Talking about engagement, we do see Cartel throwing out grenades, trying to shoot down, take out Steve. Gun has been locked in, loaded, ready to take out the enemy player, but it seems like spotted jumping down into the river. A bit of a suicide dive. That wasn't necessarily the worst thing he did, because now Cartel, he can't quite spot him, very close to the edge. If you're a Cartel, would you just leave him be, or would you just stay where you are to try to secure that kill?
It does seem like Steve has actually died from the fall. He is not alive anymore. It seems like Team Cartel is trying to figure out how to get his loot here. I think it was actually a very smart play on Steve's part to kind of just jump off, denying Cartel these points and denying them the loot. Honestly, it looked a little funny on our side, but at the end of the day, it is quite smart if you think about it.
So, and this is actually one thing I didn't know, and forgive my my stupidity, one could say. I would have thought that if shots had been fired and damage had been taken by Steve, for Steve, onto Steve by Cartel, that even if he had have jumped off and killed himself, that kill would still go over to Cartel. That's what I would have imagined. But if that's not the case, that was a fantastic strategy by Steve.
Definitely. Being able to deny points, deny loot, is still, at the end of the day, it's all about those points, right? So
it's all about those biddies. It's all about those little bits of things. Because that can be the difference between an enemy team going ahead of you, and you might think, oh well, look, it doesn't matter, but it does. It outright does, as we are focused on the team of RK, which is the one and